Midnight Wolf Tarot going live once again. Yeah, go tell a friend if they tryna see within. Yeah, welcome to the Wolf Pack. Wolf can give me a reading. I know that you got me. I wanna give in, but I just keep on trying. And needing some guidance. My life gets sloppy. What the cards reveal? Come on, tell what spirit feel. It don't matter who, where, when, where, why. I know I got it. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Yeah, you gon' love it here. Ain't I bet you leaving with a smile. There's nothing but love in here. Welcome to the Wolf Pack.
Welcome everybody and welcome to Midnight Wolf Tarot. I hope you all are doing well. Hello Karmic, Sunshine, Amber, hello. Hello. I mean, I guess we can do... I don't know, I guess we could do like 15 or something. Or 10. Let's just do 10. Let's just do 10 and go from there. Good morning, everybody. Not good. Not good. But I have to keep pushing forward and yeah. Thank you for that donation, Divine. What should they look out for this coming week? What should they look out for this coming week? What should they look out for this coming week? Let's find out. Ooh. Nine of Swords. Going to that page to that queen to... Ooh. Someone here is going to offer something up here that emotionally isn't going to connect with you. Yeah. Something here, it's just like... if somebody has like addressed or made a commitment with you, that they're not owning up to that. I feel like if you place yourself somewhere when it comes to career, when it comes to work, something is going to disrupt the process. I feel like that this could be a little bit of a frustrating week from what's coming out here so far. Oof. Temperament. Like something's going to make you upset. Who's messing with the vine? My goodness. I feel like you're going to take control back over this week, my dear. I feel like that, yikes. You're going to do your best not to let this week get in the way. I mean, there could be disruption with people that you used to know that might be stepping in here. I feel like that there is an aspect that you're trying to just keep things together this week, but there's something that's going to make you upset. There's like a lack of commitment and or something's going on with work that someone sees a lack in you, which is going to make you upset. That's where we're going with this. Because I'm looking at this queen and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, but yet it's like you're not meeting the status quo, if that makes sense. Um, let's see what comes out here. Six of Swords, we got the Hangman and the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this could be some type of supervisor that it's like a little bit too much over controlling here. So I don't feel like that you're intentionally doing anything wrong, because also at the bottom of the deck we got the Eight of Pentacles. Wherever they see lack is not where you actually have a lack. You have a meeting with your boss today. All right. I do. I feel like that there's something that they're going to say that's going to make you upset. But do your best not to let it. Okay? It's like, just realize that your boss is standing on their ego and that's not your problem. Just say, okay, make the shifts where you need to, but don't let it emotionally derail you this week. Okay? There could be some type of criticism that they give you, but don't take it personally. I feel like that this is something that they would do to anybody. Okay? Need better energies with that one. My goodness. Karmic, thank you. Appreciate that super chat. If I can learn how to type today, that would be nice. You're welcome. And you're absolutely right, Divine. Not everything can be okay. But you got this. All right. Thank you, Karmic. All right, so that's it. He said we don't need each other to survive, but it wouldn't be the same. His way of saying he loves what we have. See him Friday. All right. We don't need each other to survive, he says. Is this his way of saying that he loves what they have with Karmic? They see them this Friday. Interesting choice of words. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate that. Is this their way of saying that they love them? Ooh, that flew. Your cards are flying away. Wands. Interesting. Okay. Two of Cups, Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like that this is a point that they're making for not to let you down. That they're trying to do the best that they can here. There's something about lack of effort here. I feel like that it is a dynamic of, especially with that Two of Cups in reverse, is saying that, if something were to happen with them, that they would want you to continue to succeed. I don't see it as a way of that being in terms of them letting you know that they love you. I feel like that it's a cycle of, well, if something were to happen, like if they were to just disappear tomorrow, like off of this plane, that they would want to know that you would be okay. That Two of Cups going to Seven of Cups, it's like you would still like be able to go. But with this Four of Cups here, it's just like that seasoning doesn't really taste right, It's an interesting choice of words. We don't need each other to survive, but yet they're showing up in some way. They're wanting to give, and then they're kind of pulling back emotionally. I think that they're getting scared. I feel like that they see you as their queen. Absolutely. But I feel like intuitively, like they're out of sync, is what I'm getting. Out of sync. I mean, on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have unison, and I have to try to hide her boobies. So do this with the other hand. Ace of Cups. Okay. I feel like they do care about you. There we go. We'll cover her up like that. Like that. Okay. Cover you up, sister. I feel like they do care about you. They do love you. They do care. But I think that there's a part of them that is still scared, that they're wondering if there's like too much dependent. Yeah, it's an interesting choice of words. We don't need each other to survive. But it wouldn't be the same. I feel like that this is okay, thank you, Spirit. That's something that's coming through here. It's just like codependent. They don't want to be codependent on you. They don't want you to be codependent on them. That is really the sequence of what they're trying to get at. Okay, that's what I have for you, my dear. Thank you so much for that, super. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. It's sunshine all the time, and Miss Sunshine all the time. Thank you for that list, my dear. And at this time, we can go ahead and go. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 on the free and 4 likes. Marilyn, thank you for that super. Hi, my aunt called to see how I'm doing, then texted that she loves me. What are her true intentions, and is she sincere? For Marilyn. Their aunt called to see how they are doing and then texted that she loves Marilyn. Are they being sincere, Spirit? What's going on with this here? What's going on? Ooh, what do these do? Ooh, 7, 7. 7, 7. There's something they feel guilty about. Mistreatment. There's something that they feel guilty about. I feel like they're not as sincere as they try to make this out to be, but there is a point of them that is feeling regretful. I have to try to hide her cha-chas. YouTube doesn't like that anymore. They have a problem with it. So, boop. Girl, we have to protect you. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that there's a little bit of emotional manipulation here. I feel like that this isn't as sincere as they try to make this out to be. I feel like that there's a sense of guilt of how they have treated you. That is a situation. There's something that they have asked for forgiveness for, but they are in this process of needing some type of forgiveness somewhere. I feel like them approaching you is trying to make them feel better, or trying to say that they try to make amends somewhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got the page of swords, 3 of cups, 3 of swords. I don't think that it's legitimate. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. That's right there. 8 of cups. I feel like if they were to step out of your life again, they would. I don't feel like they're as sincere as they try to make themselves out to be. There is something that they regret, something that they need forgiveness for. But they're not as sincere as they make themselves out to be, my dear. That's what I have for you. Oof. It's a heaviness there. I feel like that you would want them there if they were willing to show up and actually be there for you. You're welcome, Marilyn. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. It's nice to have you. Oh, this is an interesting phone call. Hold on, everybody. Just when it's one of those moments where you think that you're not 100% sure if the universe is really looking out for you, um or if you just have to say it. But it's a real interesting concept because of like everything that's happened. Like I had an appointment that I was supposed to go to later on in this afternoon, and I was needing to switch it to something else, and I just like had that as my intention this morning to do that, and they just called me and said, hey, we need to switch things. Sometimes you just gotta love spirit. Okay, Hazel, does the Pisces like talking to me? We've been talking online every day, but not intensely. I wonder if he only replies out of politeness. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Pisceans when they're acting like that. I mean, like they could talk a lot, but can they show up? And talk a lot. But let's see if they're being sincere. Like, let's see what's going on for Hazel, Pisces. They've been talking online every day, but not intensely. They kind of wonder if he only replies out of politeness. What's going on? And look at who we got there. Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Star. Queen of Cups. I feel like got the 10 of Wands. Something's telling me you're not the only one that they're talking to. So I would watch out for that. Like I see you up here, but with the Star in reverse and with this Page of Cups and this 10 of Wands right here, you're not the only person that they're talking to at this time. I just heard it's kind of like a circus. There's a few other people they're talking to. So I would be careful with how much you're giving your heart to them. Make them come to you, kind of pull back your energy a little bit and see if they meet you in the middle. That's going to be important here. Do not invest too much of yourself emotionally in them if they're not ready to show up a little bit more. Okay? I want to make a poll really quick. I want to make a poll really quick because I mean we have 10 people here, so this should give me a significant answer. Let me see what I can pull up. I have to make sure I can find what I'm looking for. Very good. I'm curious. Here we go. Yes, if you donate, you do skip. Yeah, put one in the chat or two in the chat. I would like to know. I would like an answer to this question. My own personal question. I would like to bring to people. Does nobody want to answer this question? Thank you for the donation. Just waiting for that donation to come through. Thank you. It just came through. Sometimes my phone has a delay. So I check on my desktop. So go ahead, my dear. Post your donated question. Okay, how does MG feel about me? This is a romantic situation. MG, how do you feel? How do you feel about them? Is there a romantic connection here? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles, so slow moving. That's a lot of pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of romance kicking off here besides the Ace of Cups here. A lot of Pentacles. Like, do you all work together or something? I don't know. Like, there's some type of socialization that you all may have, but there's not a lot of it. Like, not enough to say that this is romantic. And if they're acting that way, that this isn't a full potential of what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? We worked together, but I recently left. Yeah, I was wondering because of all the pentacles here. Especially with the Page of Pentacles, like all these pentacles, I'm like, it has to be a connection there. I feel like it crushes on each other. Yeah, I mean, I can see that a little bit here with this Ace of Cups, but the Queen of Cups in reverse, I can't say that there's enough here for romance. Now, if you all have exchanged numbers to where you can continue in communication, then we can see where things kind of develop from there. But right now, we have the Queen of Swords here. We have the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands at the bottom. Also behind that is the Three of Swords. So I would say, you know, I don't want your heart to get broken. So if they don't reach out, just know that it's nothing to do with you, that they decided not to proceed forward with this. I feel like if they decide to reach for you, because I feel like that there is a part of you that they like here at this Queen of Swords. I feel like that you're a very strong-willed individual that doesn't really put up with a lot. Could have led to why you left. That's just coming through for me. Either better opportunity or you just had enough and decided to reach for something else. But yeah, with the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands, I see where this could move forward. But with this Three of Swords, I can't say that this will get to a full romantic level of what you may be looking for. All right. So that's what I'm getting with this, my dear, for right now. But yeah, to see where it can go, and if you start to see any red flags on it, just know when to pull the plug. Okay. Don't wait till you get to level 3. You know, if it's 1.5, we know we need to call it a day on it. Thank you so much for your donation and your time. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that resonated for you. You are absolutely welcome. Thank you for your time today. Okay. Amber, are you here? I'd like to know how Gemini truly feels about me, please. Gemini, how do you feel about Amber, please? Speak your truth. Got the twin personality cooking here. Got that star on the bottom. Okay, let's see what we got popping. Gemini, how do you truly feel about Amber? Trying to run away from me there. It's just like, no, wait, don't tell her. Well, isn't that interesting? The other card I wanted to come out was Four of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords. So literally, this is a situation that this is right here, a perfect dynamic of Gemini energy, where they're uncertain, where they're looking at the concept of connection here, and then they back off and they don't speak what they need to, and so things can't ever actually develop. As we look here on the Ace of Swords going to the Four of Cups, like we don't have enough growth here because they won't speak from their truth. Like this is the most solid ace in the tarot, and right now it's slammed down into the ground. It's like they don't want to speak from their emotional side, so therefore you're getting a little bit of only getting a little bit from them instead of this full growth of opportunity of what it is supposed to be here. I feel like that if they care, that this should have more opportunity, and I feel like they're trying somewhere, but I feel like they hold back a lot. I feel like this has a lot to do with fear, fear and rejection on their side. I feel like that they have a quite interesting history, but like when it comes to you, it's just like they can see you for all that you are, but at the same time, it's like they're not willing to change the things that they need to come closer. I mean, this is definitely the twin dynamic, that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And they don't want to move either feet until they can figure it out. And it's like, and how long are you supposed to wait until they decide to make that move? That's one of those things here, my dear. Yeah. Dang. Now, it'd be different if we had the Ace of Swords in the upright. Then we would be cooking with something, because at least with the Fool that we're actually looking towards something here. But yeah, there's a lot of back and forth with that. Yeah, that's what I have for right now. Angel, are you here? Miss Wolf, I canceled date with Aries man. Will he look at me again, or is our connection over for good? Okay. Angel canceled their date with the Aries man. Will he look at Angel again, or is this connection over for good? Yes, that's exactly how he's been behaving. Thank you, Wolfie. You're welcome, Amber. So Angel canceled their date with the Aries man. Will they look at them again, or is this connection over for good for Angel? What's going on with this? Okay. Are we going from here? Ooh. Come back here. Oh, we got another 3. And we got a 9. On the bottom deck, we got the 2 of Pentacles. And we got the Hanged Man there. I don't feel like this is completely done yet. I feel like if it was, that we would see a whole different platform. I think that they're trying to figure out where they would like to go, but with this 3 of Cups, I feel like that there's always going to be a foundation of friendship here. I feel like that the friendship, they're willing to move forward with that, and at the same time that they're still going to challenge the position of where this can go. And that's kind of where they are. But I don't feel like this connection is over for good. I do feel like that you guys can at least have a basic line of foundation of friendship, and then see where it can go from there. I wouldn't rush into anything. I would continue to watch their actions, for their actions will always speak louder. I can say that they do still have an interest in you, but we have to make sure that that's of the positive and not casual, my dear. So I don't feel like it's completely gone for good at this time. Adi, are you here? What's coming towards Adi this year? Ooh. Some conflictions. I was straight jamming at the deck. You're welcome. Oof. What's coming towards them this year? Is it a lack? A lack? Ooh. That's what just came out for you. Devil, when we gotta hide that. Wow. Talk about some bumps in the road here. Eight of Pentacles with the Hangman. It's like there's a lack here. And there's an uncertainty on how you feel about yourself and how others feel around you. There is something here that I feel like I just heard like spiritual warfare. Be careful who you talk to and who you let close to you, my dear. There is somebody here that is not wishing you well on the spiritual realm. So be careful of that this year. Okay, just be careful. Be careful in general. I mean, spiritual warfare is definitely real. So watch out because, like, yeah, with this spread that I'm looking at, there is some type of black magic or even walking into the dark night of the soul. That could be a pinnacle point too. But there's something that's going to happen between September and October of this year. There's some type of derailment going on at that time. Hi, Jazz. Would like to ask, is next actions towards our connection, a reconciliation, or letting go? You're welcome. Are we looking at a reconciliation, or should they just let go? Interesting. A card that is like wanting to show up there is Justice. But let's see what comes out. Okay, let's see what's going on here. For Jazz, A's next actions towards their connection. Is this a reconciliation or should they let this go? I told you that Justice was going to come out. I told you. Oh, you got a few cards that spit out. I'm going to take all of them. I don't see reconciliation, my dear. I see this as a process of letting go. As difficult as it may seem, there's not a lot that's going to change here. Christine, how you doing? Just stopping by to say hello. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for the tip on the cinnamon. You're absolutely welcome. I hope that was able to help. Healing cards. Question, can I know what's going to be Nazar's Aries' next actions towards me? I spoke to him at work yesterday. Hopefully we can at least fix the friendship between us. Okay. Your healing hearts and Nazar. Actions, next actions towards healing hearts. He spoke to him at work yesterday. Hopefully they can at least fix a friendship. We're looking at that 8 of Cups though. Let's see where it goes. It's still wanting to hang out there. Okay, let's see. Next actions. Aries, what are your next actions towards healing cards and a friendship at least? Christine, thank you very much for that super. Gonna hide her. There we go. That's the way to do it. Okay. What are your next actions here? Okay, we need a bigger... There. That's how we can hide people's stuff. This is a difficult place. I feel like this is half toxicity and half trying to figure out what we're doing here. I feel like this is a karmic connection here. I feel like that even if this were to move into a friendship, it would be a karmic connection. Friendship or trying to move into a relationship. Yeah, got the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Spirit's warning you. Spirit's warning you on this. I feel like that if you were made friends, could you realistically just only see them as a friend? And realistically, could they only see you as a friend? I feel like that there's certain aspects of you that they are very attracted to. I feel like that there's many aspects where you're very attracted to them. I don't see long term where this would remain in a friendship or being able to go back once we already had some history. That's what I'm getting on that, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you for the supers. My goodness, thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Marilyn. You're welcome. Okay. Next up, we have Christine. Will MT get a hold of my brother and Crazy as to what they're doing to help my brother and the accountant do my dad with his taxes? Okay. Well, MT get a hold of Kristen's brother and the Crazy as to what they're doing to help their brother with the accountant to help their dad with his taxes. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What's going on, and boom. Already met with chaos here. We got death. I feel like this whole situation is just a big mess. I don't feel like they're going to help as much. Ooh, right when I said help as much, my deck split. So it's like, it went like that. I want to see what's under there. Yeah. Got the Fool. Got the Fool and the Three of Swords. I don't feel like they're going to help as much as they say they're going to. Yeah. I feel like there's a part of them that is emotionally trying to walk away. Something about getting your hopes up here. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Like, this is the lack of will that your brother has to help in this situation. Is this beside me in the spiritual realm? Right when I said spiritual realm. Page of Pentacles. I would be careful with this. Yeah, man. Got the Ten of Cups. We got the Hangman and the King of Wands. And we all know that's not my favorite card. Six of Pentacles. Anyone that's been with me for a long time knows that that is not my favorite pentacle in the whole tarot deck. I feel like you're only given a little bit here. I feel like there's only minimal help that you're being given, my dear. I feel like the lack of your brother actually wanting to take responsibility, accountability for what that they need to in this situation to help in this dynamic. Like I said, I'm beside myself, and so is the spiritual realm. It's like the lack of support for family, standing up for what's right. I do feel like eventually it will get done, but I will say that is to other people's gain. So there's people that, within the situation that, once things are filed, that there's something here that's going to be taken here. And I see that right here with the Six of Pentacles. So eventually it'll get done, but I feel like if there's anything to be able to be taken or received from, that it'll be taken. I'll be taken as well, my dear. That's what I have for you, my dear. I hope that helps in some way. Okay, for Marilyn. Does Renee want to work with me on the project and produce helpful results? That would be good. Renee, do you want to work with Marilyn here? With them on the project and produce helpful results. We don't just want things moving, we want helpful results. So moving into a more positive direction. Interesting. Renee, do you want to work? And we got Jamie got the deck. So I feel like their ideas are very important to them. Okay, does Renee want to work with Marilyn on the project and produce helpful results? I feel like they can be a little pushy with their ideas, but let's see what we got going on here. Okay, now 3 of Swords action. Okay, we got the Knight of Wands. So, moving quick. And we have to cover up her tatas. Okay. Wow. Let's see what we're getting here. And we have to cover yours too. I feel like they do. I feel like that there could be meaningful results from this. But also what I'm getting to is that they could be a little pushy with their ideas. But I can say with the ideas that they have, a lot of them are good. So it is good. I feel like that you all could make a really good team here. We do have that 9 of Wands that almost slapped me in the face. Yeah, I feel like that there is a big dynamic here of wanting to group together and make things work, have things happen, right? So it's just like, I feel like that this can gain a lot of traction. I feel like both sides, you guys have great ideas. With the world here, I feel like this is a newfound opportunity that is here to come up here. I feel like that there's a lot of financial opportunity to gain from this situation as long as you're all willing to work together and if things feel right in the matter of the heart. I do feel like here with the Page of Cups and the 9 of Wands, I feel like that you both are going to let your guards down to open this new opportunity for the both of you. 2 Knights, one moving really quick. I feel like that's a lot of the creative ideas that are going to be flowing, and then slowly moving into the transition of what's actually going to work. On the bottom of the deck, we do have Temperance to the 2 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. So with this, I would have to say yes. On the very, very bottom, you have the Moon. I feel like they are interested. I feel like they have a lot to bring to the table. I feel like you have a lot to bring to the table. I feel like that as a collective, you putting everything together, this is a project that can really bring success. This is meant to be successful. So it's like bringing everything in. There's a lot of positive pentacles here. I like this way. I like the way this is looking, Marilyn. This is on a good track here. Excellent. Thank you again for that, Super Marilyn. I appreciate the support. You are absolutely welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the reactions. I appreciate it. And Jazz looks like they're working on a donation, which is very sweet. Emma, are you here? All right, go ahead and post your question, my dear. And a reminder, Wolfpack Live is this Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, for Emma, what is next for them in love? In love, Emma, what is this next chapter for love for them? What's next? Ooh, you have to make sure you're ready for love, my dear. What is next for Emma when it comes to love? Five of Wands, like you got to be ready for it, right? I think, dealing with player-like mentality has opened your eyes, and at the same time is going to require some healing here, my dear, with Temperance and that Ten of Swords. So I feel like, the issues that have been going on, I feel like that you've been dealing with a lot of player-like energy and or someone not taking you seriously. And at the end of the day, I feel like this has opened your eyes, but this is going to take some healing before we're ready for the next chapter here. So it's like this sequence of coming back to oneself that is really necessary here at this time, Emma. I feel like that there's a lot of growth and opportunity for you. And I feel like wherever there's been disconnection, that there's going to be something new on the horizon. At first, we have to try to get back to ourselves first. Okay? Thank you, everybody that answered the poll, too, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the reactions. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, everybody that's donated. Thank you for the reactions. As a reminder, everybody, once this live is completed, go and find the hype button and hype up this video. It does help to get new people into the community, and so other people can get to know who I am. And as a community of where we're trying to grow to, what we're trying to do. Amazing me. I don't know why that just came out like that, but I felt like I was supposed to sing it to you. So, amazing me. Do 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 do. There we go. Jazz, thank you very much for that super. I appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Do, do, do. Okay, I'm going to answer Jazz's question and Amazing Me. We'll take your question after. Okay, So go ahead and post your question so I could grab it up after I take care of Jazz here. Okay, how will A react if I openly tell him how I feel about him? Sometimes I feel not having an open conversation between us led to a lot of misunderstandings, and doesn't it though? Doesn't it though? It does. Like when we really need to lay out what we need to put out there, it definitely can lead to a lot of misunderstandings, conflicts, things that are unnecessary. Absolutely. So let's see what's going on for Jazz and Nay here. If they haven't, if they react, if they openly tell him how they feel about him and have this open communication between them, will this be of a benefit? Will this help? I just heard common ground, common ground, common ground. Like that's just repeating itself. All right. My goodness. Okay. Common ground. I feel like that this is something that's going to still take some time to develop. There may have been a loss of time here. We do have the devil. Karmic, thank you for that super. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. This unfortunately is coming to me as something that is coming across that although we're trying to have growth, that it may be a little too late. And that's the unfortunate part, because I feel like that you just have a heart of gold. And I feel like that at this point, okay, so we have the Five of Wands here. So this is what I'm going to say on this. Right now that it seems like it's a little too late with the pentacles that I'm receiving here. But with this growth here and with this Queen of Cups and with the devil in reverse and everything that I'm seeing here and with the Seven of Pentacles where we're kind of like, oh, well, whatever. Even with the Five of Wands here, we have the Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Ace of Cups being here as well. It's worth having the conversation so you have the closure, Jazz. So you have the closure. And that's the most important thing, because you won't be able to move on until you have the closure. Hello, Tryhard. And that closure is very important. So we're not just sitting there on the hope of reconciliation. So we're just not sitting on hope, well, if I just would have only done something different. If this was meant to disconnect, it would have disconnected. There's also someone else that they're considering at this time as well. So I feel like, because like the romance and situations out of this situation with the Ace of Cups like this. So, and I see 12-12 right now. So that is Archangel Raziel coming down with their force and power. So I would say talk to them, speak from your heart so they at least know how you feel, how things came to be. So regardless at the end of the day, and when I'm seeing 10-10, that you at least spoke from your heart, Jazz. And you've laid everything out on the line. So nothing is left unspoken, unheard. So they can't come back later and say, well, why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you just tell me that? Well, now they know that you did. You vocalized, you said what you needed to say, and either this can try to rebuild someday. I feel like some healing needs to occur here, but it's worth having the conversation. I feel like the conversation is necessary either way, because I feel like that this is going to replay a lot of rumination. It's going to replay through your mind. Well, what if? We'll take the what if factor out of it, have the conversation with them. And if it doesn't go your way, just know that that is the universe's way of submitting closure in a situation, my dear. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for your super chat and bless me with that, Jazz. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that is here and on the free list. I definitely appreciate it. We'll try to have a conversation sometime next week, Wolfie. Awesome. And Jazz, and give me an update on that. I would like an update on what happened. Okay, next up we have Karmic. Aquarius was married for years past. Wow. Is this the biggest fear since I'm older, or is it just commitment to you? Fair question, Karmic. I like that question. Let's take a look at this. Aquarius, unfortunately, your spouse passed away. Is your fear that Karmic is older, or is it just the commitment in itself to Karmic? Aries, Aquarius, talk to me. It's interesting. I almost said Aries, wherever they have Aries placements, if they do, or if you do. I wanted to say Aries. Aquarius. Right. Do you have fear in regards to Karmic's age because of what you've already been through, unfortunately, with your spouse? Okay, let's see. I'm sorry for that, Karmic. Sorry for both of your losses. Are you just afraid of the commitment in itself? Ooh. Okay. Ooh, boy, are they scared. Boy, are they scared. But I don't feel right now. Okay. Let's get some more on this before I start yapping. Yapping. And there's Aquarius, true fashion. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Aquarius, what you gonna do with this? Fair enough. Two of Cups. I think that they're scared of what they've been through. Karmic, I don't feel like it's the commitment to you in itself, especially here with the moon. That like they understand their emotions, but with the Hierophant, like they're losing. There's a sense of faith that they are scared about when it comes to the situation. And so with this Ace of Pentacles, that's why a lot of times that they very well may why they're using the terms of what we heard before, of what we heard in the previous reading, where we said that that's a really unique phrase to use, right? I feel like that is like their fear is losing you or you losing them. We got the Ten of Pentacles here to Justice. I feel like that this has potential here. And with the King of Swords and with the Eight of Cups here, it's like they're trying to transition out of this weird negative energy and walk towards the opportunity, which is you. And here's the Star sitting right next to you with the Eight of Wands. I feel like that they're speaking from their heart. I do feel like they're scared. I do feel like they're afraid because of what has happened. Because at the end of the day, they know you're their Empress at the end of the day, and they know it, and they're scared. They're scared. Wheel of Fortune here. So overall, I don't feel like that it's a commitment issue to you. I feel like that this is fear. I do feel like it has to do with your age, but that doesn't change how they feel about you. Now, I would be more concerned if we got the Star in reverse, and that's an Aquarius starting to reject. But we have an Aquarius that is opening up, ready to transition and move things forward. I feel like that there's a little bit of back and forth. There's a little unbalance at times. But that's of their energy, though. Aquariuses can be very spontaneous really quick, or they can recoil really quick. So as fast paced as they move, they can slow down really, really quick. But I feel like that there's going to be more forward movement. I feel like the connection that you all are going to have this week is going to be good. I'm not feeling any negative energy, but they very well may speak about this fear that they have here. I do feel like it is age related. I would have to agree with that. But yes, I'm sorry for both of your guys' losses. That's a lot of loss. Okay. And I am going to grab, let's see. Amazing Me. Amazing Me general for the next 2 weeks. And I did just get another donation, but I missed Amazing Me really quick here. So Amazing Me, I got you. I'm coming for you, Amazing. I'm coming for you. Amazing Me general. The next 2 weeks. What is coming in? Make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're not falling on these swords. Okay. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, Amazing. I don't know why this is coming through, but literally, like the anthem, Amazing Grace. That just came through. Amazing Grace. The sweet the sound. Now, something's really good coming for you, Amazing. Okay. Amazing. Ew. So, here in this dynamic, I feel like over the next 2 weeks that there is some here that you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable for. And at the same time, don't be too overly vulnerable. Something's going to come in really quick here. I do feel like that there is something, a friendship or somebody that you have known from the past that is going to try to either overstep a boundary, or you feel like you can be vulnerable with and they're going to overstep a little bit. But we do have the Knight of Cups here as well, but we have that deceiver energy. So if someone steps back into your life in the next 2 weeks and they act like they have changed in some way, that they really haven't. So just be advised on that. Okay, my dear? Okay. Yeah, let me see what's going on here. It's like my app is... You're welcome, Amazing. All right, one second, y'all. One second. Yeah, this pops up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, for D. Yes, I was listening to some girl talk, and I wasn't sure if they were talking about me or NM, and if they were talking about me, why. D was listening to some girl talk. I wasn't sure if they were talking about me or NM. If they were talking about D, why? Who's the chatterbox? Okay. I don't feel like they were talking about you. I do feel like they were talking about NM. But there's something about NM, like their choices of life, of where they decide to go, and they don't think before they act, and that's an issue. And that very well may have been what the conversation is about. There's something here with the Eight of Pentacles as well to this. It's like the fact that they choose to walk down a certain way, have a certain demeanor, and they don't think before they act, and which leads to them having a loss. They feel like they have a good heart here, but they're overly social, and not in a positive way. So I don't feel like it was anything negative towards you. I do think that they were talking about NM here. And there is something here about them moving too quick. Like they transition from one spot, they move too quick, and then there's this aspect of where they're holding back. I feel like that they're coming from the right place at times, but it's a confliction there. It's a confliction, my dear. That's what I have for you, D. As Virgo. Holy cannoli on a Sunday morning. Thank you very much for that super. Thank you. I could see that. Yes, my dear. It's like they don't think before they act. Hello, S Virgo. Thank you for the blessing. I really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and break this down for you here. Okay. So let's see what's going on, S Virgo. Let's check this out. How does my boss and peers feel I'm doing in my current role as a nurse lead? Tough position that's in too, huh? How does S Virgo's boss and peers feel they're doing in their current role as a nurse leader? I feel like you can lead. Let's take a look at this. Okay. How does their boss and peers for S Virgo, their boss and peers feel that how they're doing in their current role as a nurse lead? Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough crowd, right? Okay, so dominance. King of Swords wanting to come out real quick. Ooh. So some frustrations here. There's some people on your team that, okay, this is what it is. Okay, when I'm gonna pull a few more cards, but like already what I'm hearing is that the only people that feel challenged by you are the ones that are not doing their job, and you're always having to realign and refocus on them. And I feel like they take up a lot of your time because you're always having to get on them about what they're doing. I feel like that these are the individuals that aren't necessarily pleased that you're the lead because you actually take charge here. Actually take charge. Yeah. And the Four of Wands. So I feel like a lot of people think that you're doing okay. But there's there is a tough crowd here. We got the Eight of Wands. I feel like with all the wands that we're getting, overall is positive, except for the King of Wands in reverse. But I feel like these are the people that aren't doing their jobs, and it's like, and you're having to get on them about that. Let's see here. What else you want to say? They see your commitment. They can see your passion. Yeah, I feel like people just don't like when you actually stand your ground and say, hey, this is what needs to get done. Get it done, please. I feel like that you are assertive, but in the right way. And it's just like, and some feel like you're kind of harping on them, but you're not. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, do we have a little bit of a tough crowd? Yes, and we see it right here. Okay. Fivosaurus, 10 of Cups. Crow's Nest, where have you been? Thank you so much for that super. So we're seeing this dynamic there where they're not happy. Where they're not happy with you. Through here, that they're not happy with you, and at the same time it's like having this change here of regulation. I feel like overall a lot of people like you. I feel like you're doing a great job as a lead here, that you are taking charge, control, and handling positive conflicts here. At the very, very bottom, you have the Two of Cups here, my dear. I feel like you're doing an excellent job for people that have issues. That's their problem. For people that have issues with you, that's their problem, because you're doing your job to its fullest, and either they can accept that or not accept that. And if they choose not to accept that, then they can decide what they want to do with their career. But you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it in the correct way. So keep doing it. You're doing a great job. Crow's Nest, I'll be right with you. I'm working with S Virgo right now, and then I'll grab up your question. Thank you so much for your super. Question 2. How does my son's dad see the Aries feel about me? A lot of Aries around lately. All right. How does S Virgo son's dad see Aries feel about S Virgo? So you reconnected. How are you actually feeling? I feel like that now they're having some type of clarity. I just heard, but yet I've lost so much time. I feel like that their step back, they have lost a lot of time, and they realize that. I'm hearing like trying to regain loss of time. Fascinating. Let's see where this goes. See, Aries, how do you feel about S Virgo, the mother of your child? How do you actually feel? First card out, we have that Page of Pentacles. So that's them opening up. Got the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So we're really left to wonder. I feel like a lot of change is needed to occur here. But with Death here, and with the Magician and Temperance, it's frustrating because like they haven't changed much, and that's the problem. It's just like I feel like that they're really over controlling. And I feel like that's what leads to uncomfortability here. I'm also hearing like infidelity. I don't know if there was any type of infidelity in this situation when you were connected before. But they'll always respect you as the mother of their child. But yeah, it haven't changed much. I feel like they've tried and then they fall back into old patterns. That's what I'm getting. It's like falling back to old patterns. Yeah. Have Two of Wands at the end of that. So yeah, I mean, I see where they're trying to offer the opportunity. We're slightly trying to give them a chance to kind of see where this can go. And then they start pulling in. They start pulling in here. And then we have Death here. So then the repeated loop cycle, this happens again, where they're over controlling. They're not really compassionate. They're not holding on to that. Then we kind of feel like we're at a loss, even though we know that we're that Empress wearing that crown, that they choose to walk away again At the bottom of the deck, you do have the Nine of Wands, you have the Four of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. I feel like that they don't think before they move, and before they can move, you're there with your sword saying, yep, like, I will swing this sword. I'm not here to play games, is what I'm hearing. I'm not here to play games. If you're here to play games with me, I don't have time. I don't have time for that type of energy. Just because you're looking in okay, Spirit, thank you very much. Just because you're looking for intimacy is not my problem, is what I just heard. Right when I touched that king, it was like, just because you're looking for some type of intimacy, it's not my problem. And that's how they're viewing you right now, my dear. You need to go sit down, sir. We already went. Okay, Mom is working, okay? Give her a few more minutes, please. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay. So what are your actions then? See, what are your actions towards us, Virgo? Okay. What are your actions? Oof. Telling you this has something to do with intimacy. I'm gonna cover her up. Yeah. I feel like they haven't changed much. I feel like this has more to do with intimacy than with really trying to reconnect to have a relationship. And right there, I just hear a loud, like, in my left ear. This is a warning from Spirit. That Claire just went off. This is a warning from Spirit. Keep them at a distance. It's okay that y'all united because y'all have a son, but it's not meant to go past that. Yeah. It's like that season has passed. It's like how they're going to treat you. You see the Emperor and the Empress right there, boom, boom, in the same place. This isn't the same. They haven't changed. They haven't changed. And that's a problem in itself. They haven't shifted and haven't changed. Yep. We got the Lovers, and we got to try to cover people up here. So we just do like that. Yeah. So next actions there, we have the Five of Pentacles, feeling at a loss again. Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands here. Going into the same kind of conflict with the Two of Cups in reverse. It's just never going to... It's not how it is, how it's been before. It's going to be the same again. And so, yeah, Spirit's giving you a warning there when my Claire just went off. T, the Leo. Oh, his feelings for me. I see him soon. Okay, Leo. What are your feelings for S, Virgo? They see you soon. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I appreciate it. Okay, Leo. What are your true feelings? Press Virgo. They see you soon. What are your true feelings? Okay, that's fair. My goodness. Okay. I wanted to come out. So they're moving really quick as a Leo would. And we got Judgment. Wow. Not too much is going to go on here. I feel like that I don't feel like there's going to be a true deep physical attraction here. And that's going to be the problem. I feel like you enjoy talking to each other, but I feel like when this comes into contact that there's just not enough physical attraction to see where this can go. That's why we have the Knight of Cups here. Thank you very much for that, super. Yeah, we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like if there is physical attraction here, I don't see a real base of relationship. So yeah, this Leo very well may be looking to use that wand there. So this be advised, just so you know. Communication is communication, but once we put it into action, that's something else as Virgo. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, and up next we have Crow's Nest. And then we have Cast. So for Crow's Nest, what will Nathan the Sagittarius next actions be towards me? Love energy here. What will Nathan the Sagittarius next actions be towards me? This has to do with love. Eric, thank you very much for that, super. Thank you for the support, everybody. Okay, for Crow's Nest, what will happen? What will Nathan the Sagittarius next actions be towards Crow's Nest? This is a love connection. Interesting. Okay, Nathan the Sagittarius next actions towards Crow's Nest. This is love. Okay. I don't know how YouTube feels about that, so I'm just going to do that just in case. Okay, Page of Cups. There is something about them that is not serious enough about this. I feel like they're very in and out. There's them, and yeah, I feel like they're very in and out of this here. I feel like they give you attention when it's convenient for them. I feel like a lot of pain has been caused here. I'm trying to figure out where we're going to venture forward. We have the Eight of Swords here. So clear line vision here. The Four of Cups. There's some sort. So at least they're telling you the truth and the aspects of where they are. I just don't feel like that they show themselves enough emotionally. And that's the problem. I feel like that they're too focused on the pain and investing. And I'm going to move these real quick. Investing into... Now getting another call. Oh, this is an important call. Hold on, everybody, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. um so yeah, so looking at this up here, okay, I feel like they're too focused on the pain and the structure of how things have been. And I feel like that there's a lack of strength and power that they have in this situation. I feel like that as they try to move forward and try to put effort, that there's still a lack here. And I feel like that you can kind of see the change in them for the most part, and still curious of where this can go. I feel like that they are being as truthful as they can. And as we have this Five of Cups here in reverse here, okay, I feel like that through this, I just feel like emotionally they're not showing up enough for themselves. I do feel like they're too focused on pain. I feel like they're too focused on their past. And if there's been pain in your guys' situation, they're too focused on that to really proceed forward. But at least I can see them in a truthful dynamic here. Okay, that's what I have for you, Crow's Nest. Okay, next up we have Cast. And then we have Eric after that. All right, Cast, whatever comes out. Okay, let's check it out for you, Cast. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guys, to all angels for Cast. What is it that they need to know at this time for their highest good? What is coming towards them? What do they need to know at this time? What do they need to be aware of? What's coming out for them? Ooh, we got Queen of Wands energy coming out. Okay. 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 So don't cheat yourself out of the opportunities that are supposed to be yours. Okay. So it's just like, as we look into the opportunities that you're supposed to go after, don't self-sabotage the things that could be coming into your life. Okay. It's just like, yes, it's okay to have some boundaries and barriers up, but don't block yourself out to the point that you're not willing to take on what people are trying to hand you, and being able to give and receive in a positive direction here. But I can see why you're protective, because we got that King of Wands page and we have the Devil, and have to cover up the naked people. And Wheel of Fortune. I think that you're concerned of past situations is reoccurring. You're concerned about that. I feel like emotionally that you're not intentionally trying to self-sabotage everything, but I feel like that there's a certain temperament when you're trying to achieve the things that you want, that you feel like that you're getting a pushback on, whether this be within career, love, connections with family and people that you may have cut out with friends. There's something here that you're over and done with and frustrated about. But Spirit is trying to say for you not to be stuck in your past, to be willing to move past this. But with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, there's somebody here that you've been dealing with where there's been a lot of temper, a lot of frustration with. Okay, so let's see here. We got the Two of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Swords, and we have the Magician. So this could be somebody that was trying to be over controlling of your life, or this is someone that inputs their opinions where they shouldn't have an opinion. I feel like that you kind of sit and wait before you make decisions. And like, I feel like in some aspects of your life, like someone's trying to make you make a decision faster than you would like to. So it's like, although you may, gracefully say, I appreciate your opinion, but I got it from here. I just feel like that there's somebody excessively or controlling in your life, that they always have something to say, good or bad, that they always have some unwanted input on your life. Spirit is telling me to pull you a frequency card. Hazel, thank you very much for that super. This is 460. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so cast some frequency cards. They pull me to this deck, so cast is what we're going to do. What frequency do they need to hear at this time? Kindness. The energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. It's interesting that that came out. Enjoy. Find the happiness in your life, my dear. Joy. The energy of joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports our high vibrational frequency in our being and reflection. The energy of reflection supports our growth through the insights of what we get from the compliments of self and others. I love that for you. Love, love, love. I hope that was beneficial, and I hope that that made sense and resonated for you. I appreciate it. Next up, we have Eric. Okay, what energy is coming towards Eric in the next 3 months? What is the energy coming towards them in the next 3 months for Eric? Next 3 months. Whew. A little stagnant energy there. Next 3 months. It's interesting that this Ace of Pentacles has wanted to keep hanging out here. What is the energy coming towards Eric in the next 3 months? Oh, gotta cover up the naked people. My feathers. My feathers. So we have some confliction here. That's a lot of majors. Over the next 3 months, I feel like that there could be some financial things going on. And we got the Three of Swords and we got the Moon and the World. My goodness. There's going to be a lot of change for you in the next 3 months. And Eric, that this is really a testament not to lose your faith, not to lose your patience, not to wavering into feeling like you don't have the strength to go through it. But I feel like that there's a lot of challenges that are on the horizon. Have to cover up the naked people. I feel like financially, like there's a situation. I feel like with the Devil that there is some toxicity. It could be a Capricorn that you could be dealing with as well. That is more on the materialistic side that may be in your life that could be causing some confliction there. With the Hierophant and Strength here, it's just like that we're losing a sense of self. Especially with the High Priestess losing a sense of self. And this is really the dynamic in the next 3 months that you're going to be going through a lot of pain. Three of Swords. This could be a lot of separation within people that you used to be able to call friends that you kind of found out that weren't your true friends and that they were saying things behind your back the whole time. I feel like emotionally here with the Moon, that this is a process that you will heal from and that you're going to move into a new season. But as you're trying to move into a new season, don't hold on to the energies of other people. You only have so much control. This is what's coming through. You only have so much control over certain situations. And at the same time, it's just like you have to be able to give back to yourself and understand that just because you're not able to, oh, okay, Spirit, just because you're not able to put on your cape to save the world doesn't mean that you're something less. That's really significant. So here on the bottom, we have that star that we're going to cover up here. We have death. So a lot of majors looking into the past and holding on to the past here, Eric. And don't make any impulsive decisions. Don't try to force the hand, but I feel like in some aspects of your life you feel stuck. And I feel like over the next 3 months is going to be the stuck feeling. But, as things try to transition to something new and different, be willing to shift in that dynamic and not fall back into that same pattern of, well, things aren't going to change. I feel like you have a spirit of hope. But when things start slipping through your hands and you feel like you're losing control, then it puts you off balance here with the Two of Cups. It's like the lack of belief you have, especially with having the High Priestess and the Hierophant both in reverse. It's just like you have to sit within your intention, your intuition, your faith, and having that together, that things are going to work out and unfold as they're supposed to. Don't fall into the addiction of the chaos. If you're not dealing with a Capricorn, that's what I'm getting from that, is addiction to the chaos. And don't fall into the trap of that. I feel like in the next 3 months that this is going to be a very transformational and a big change for you. But you have to be willing to take the wheel and do something in a different dynamic. That's what I have for you, Eric. I hope that was beneficial and that you can shake off those energies and move to a better source energy. Okay, next up we have Hazel. Hello, Wolf. I'm back. Welcome back. How does M feel about me? We're coworkers / friends. Okay. Maina. Okay, Hazel. How do they feel about them? This is a coworker friend situation, but how do they truly feel about Hazel? Ooh, got some jumpers. Let's see how that turns out. Okay. How do you feel? How do you feel about Hazel? Ooh. Okay, I got the Eight of Cups here. Ooh, and that world wanted to flip and then it flipped. Okay. So I feel like here, let me get a couple here. I feel like you're there for them and their struggles. And I feel like that they do care when it comes to you. I feel like that they have a lot of their own struggles. Yeah. My goodness. My goodness. I feel like if there are days where they feel kind of standoffish with you, don't take it personally. There's really something going on in their home life that they feel a great lack. There's a lot of struggle that's coming through here. I don't feel like that when it comes to you, with the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, that I really feel like that they're not meaning for this to come out on you. It's like they're not meaning to take this out on you. But there is something going on there in their home life that is just really digging at them. Like, they're trying to be so supportive, and it's like it feels like no matter what they do, that it's like on the bricks of collapse, if that makes okay. So I don't feel like that they're intending on taking anything out on you. And if they do, that's not their intention. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel like they do care. I just feel like there's a lot that they're going through, and I feel like that there is this point of energy where they don't want to. That's what we have on the bottom here so far. They don't want to drag you through the mud, is what I am hearing. They don't want to drag you through the mud, through the chaos of what they're going through. They don't want to pull you through it, but at the same time, they don't want you to think that they don't care. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Chariot, and we have the Emperor. There is such a lack of where they feel strong. And I feel like when it comes to you, that you feed them that strength. And I feel like that is what they're wanting to give back to you, my dear. But there's a lot of energy that is getting pulled from them. So I feel like you're kind of stuck in the middle of a situation where they're just going through a lot of chaotic things. But yeah, it's like I'm feeling a lot of pain. A lot of pain. I feel like once they start gaining ground, like that's when they get a big pushback. Every time they feel like they're gaining ground and it's shifting and moving, that's where they start to lose ground. Yeah, just give them time. Let them get through these rough patches. And I feel like they'll be there to talk to you, but I feel like that if they come across harsh or quiet, it says there's more in this. There's a bigger picture here. So yeah, just give them some time. Give them some time. And share that love to them. It's like that couldn't hurt and doesn't hurt. Thank you so much for your super. I definitely appreciate it very much. You're welcome. Thank you. And Sunshine, would you like to ask your question? I almost said answer your question. Sunshine, do you want to answer your own question? Do you have the answer? You want to answer your question for me? Okay. All right, Miss Sunshine, what can I answer for you, my dear? Okay, for Sunshine. What's coming towards Sunshine that they're not seeing? What is coming towards Sunshine that they don't see coming? Issues with Queens. What's coming towards Sunshine that they don't see? That they're not seeing. What's coming towards Sunshine that they're not seeing? Spirit's taking a little while to talk to you. Okay, we got this King of Wands, this Page of Cups, ooh, and the Three of Cups. Someone is looking to cause some problems. I don't understand why people are always trying to come up against you, Sunshine. like to challenge you in some way, to emotionally just come at you. I just heard like come at you like a spider monkey. Like they are just always in your face. And I feel like that you don't have a moment to relax because you have to stand in this power, right? But there's always like this chaotic energy. You think that they would have learned. You're trying to be in a place of harmony here. Whew. Well, they just spit it out, so we're going with this. 3 of Swords, a lot of threes. There's your happiness. There's your happiness. All right, so I feel like that you're dealing with people challenging you again. I feel like that as you're trying to heal, every time you try to heal, that somebody is stepping into this energy. You also have 333 here. So that's a significant number, angel number strike for you. If you see it in the morning or in the evening, that there's a significant message for you there as well. There is this purpose of holding back, not that you're failing, but you need to hold back to protect your heart. And as you project this healing energy, that there's opportunity here. It's just like I think that once you get to a point where you don't have to focus so hard on other people and their chaos and their BS, and as you're transferring that energy, then this is where we have opportunity. It's like opportunity for yourself, right? 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles to the 2 of Cups. I feel like the opportunities that are supposed to be there, you may be missing because of other people here. Thank you, Phoenix. If it's my family, they're awful. They only care about themselves. I can feel that vibration, my dear. Phoenix, thank you. Okay, King. All right. And at this time, all lists are closed. Phoenix is the last one. I have to go take my dog for a walk. Okay, Hooky. Thank you very much, Phoenix. And what is your question, my dear? Okay. Nope, I can pull it up on the note. I got you. Let me just pull it up real quick. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, I got you. Energy check on ER, please. ER blocked me on Saturday. I was so upset with the immaturity and back and forth, so I also blocked him back. Okay. Energy check, Spirit. Energy check for Phoenix on ER. ER has blocked Phoenix. They did that on Saturday. Phoenix got upset and with the immaturity and blocked. So blocked back and forth. So they blocked him. So they blocked them. Alright, energy check for ER. Please, ER blocked Phoenix. So Phoenix blocked them back because of the back and forth and the immaturity. So what's going on here? Woo! Chaos. What a mess. Okay, so we see where we started to swing that sword and get it back. They're not feeling good. They're not happy about this. Wow, look at that, how that mirrors each other. It's like, look how that mirrors each other. I don't think either one of you are happy with the result of this. But I feel like communication is a major issue to get to a solid place. So I feel like that you both have just been kind of hammering each other. But they're not feeling good about this. They feel like that there's a pinpoint here that they have let you down. They're hoping for change. There's something that they would like to see changed. I feel like you're all going to be in communication again. I feel like through the chaos and all of this that you're all going to be in communication again. I don't feel like that this is an end thing. I feel like when the day that you unblock them, they're going to unblock you. There's a mirrored energy going on here. There's a mirrored effect. Yeah, see, there's a mirrored reflect. So we got double threes, we got double twos. So mirrored reflect. I wouldn't be surprised if you all are twin flames. I would not be surprised if you're twin flames, like you're mirroring each other. The double threes, the double twos. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you all are on a twin flame journey. I wouldn't be surprised. And we don't always get to be with our twin flames. But there's twin energy here. Especially like the back and forth between you all, the back and forth, and you know, the double threes, the double threes, the double two. I feel like this could be a twin flame journey. And I feel like that there's a heavy pull on their energy. I feel like there's a heavy pull on your energy. So I feel like the minute you unblock them, they're going to unblock you. There's going to be another conversation, is what I'm getting here. And that's what I have for you, my dear. I hope I was helpful. Oh, not to sound immature, but he started the block. And that's what happens sometimes, my dear. It's just like when we're going through certain situations, or if we don't like what we want to hear, my dear, that it's easier to block somebody than to actually hold your ground and have a productive conversation. And sometimes people block each other because they feel like, well, if I just silence this until I can figure out what to say, then that's what I'll do. So sometimes they'll block until they can get themselves together. So I don't feel like you're wrong for initiating the block on your side. You know, it's just like, it's one of those things that either they're taking a step back to figure out what they want to say before they come to you, or that they're just doing that because nowadays this is easier to block somebody than to have a conversation. Nobody just wants to have a conversation anymore. It's just easier. Oh, I'm just going to block you out of my life because, you know, A, B, and C. You know, it's like I've encountered that in my life. And for the people that choose to do that, well, you know, I wish them all the blessings. I wish them well. You know, it's just like, okay, it's just like, you know, if and this is true, Phoenix. It's like if they choose not to have you in their life, it will be their greatest loss. It will be their regret. And I guarantee you, months down the line, they will come back with hopes that there is something that they can reconciliate. People that do this kind of stuff, that's what they do, and then they hope that that person comes back. That somewhere you have to be the bigger person to come back. I guarantee you, if you unblock them, you would eventually hear from them. But you have to see if this is worth, if there's a lot of back and forth within this situation, that if it's not fair to you, then this may be an energy that you may need to heal from, my dear. And it's hard to let go at times. You know, it's hard to let go, but when we see the bigger picture where people don't appreciate us, you know, if they're not appreciating you in hindsight with everything that you have done and everything that you have pushed forward, and they don't appreciate what you're doing, that's where you have to take the truest power within yourself to hold your ground, because you know who you are. So therefore you don't have to succumb to their what's the word, spirit? You don't have to compromise to their will. And that's just it. That's just it, my dear. You don't have to succumb to that. Not at all. Not at all. Thank you, Phoenix, for allowing me to give you a reading. Thank you, everybody that tuned in today. Thank you, everybody that supported the channel. I mean, that just, y'all lit up my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that answered the question on the poll. I definitely appreciate that. I'm simply asking questions because I'm trying to see where I can make improvement on my channel. I've gone back just to showing cards again. If I get another camera, maybe I'll show my face. But for right now, I feel like that this is the direction that is meant to go for the channel. So I hope that you guys like this viewpoint. So yeah. You're welcome, Phoenix. You're welcome. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth with Midnight Wolf Tarot. I'll see you later. I very well may be doing a stream later tonight. But we'll just have to see, or I may do Sunshine. When is a good time for you this evening on your side? Because I'm thinking about doing like a mid-afternoon, not so much tonight. I'm thinking about maybe like last time is good for me. All right, so like 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, my side. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I definitely appreciate you. All right, and is that a good time? Or would you want to do like a mid-afternoon? Like I can pop up here at like 1 o'clock after I feed Huckleberry because I would have walked him. So we can do like a mid-afternoon stream. Then I can start it at 1 p.m. Okay, perfect. Well, then we'll just do tonight then. Awesome, Sunshine. Thank you so much. I'll set up that stream. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Elizabeth with Midnight Wolf Tarot. Afternoon is up to you. Okay. Watch, I end up doing 3 shows today. It's like do a short afternoon and a evening. It's like if I do the one at 1:00, I'll just poll for random. Hi CJ, how you doing? You're going to your parents this afternoon. Okay. Well, I'll hold the chat if I do one at 1:00. I got that one, Sunshine, and if we could do the one at 5 would be awesome. So I'll just do a short live at 1:00, but I can do it on my side. Okay. And then we'll do the 5 p.m. one. They shouldn't be too longer streams. But we'll just have to see. Okay. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Again, I'm Elizabeth with Midnight Wolf Tarot. Y'all take care. And I'll probably see y'all in a little bit. Bye for now.
Walls in moonlight, shadows dance, cards of fate. I'll miss